ask you a question on the air real quick? Is my tie straight?
Your tie looks fantastic.
Okay, I wanted to mentally be okay for this segment and make sure the tie was straight enough. So thank you very much.
And now someone's going to say, no, it's not straight.
I was walking over. I was like, I want to make sure it's straight.
You always look great. Absolutely,
As
Kevin.
do you.
Okay.
Thank you, Marina.
So let's move on here. There's now a museum that's called the Museum of Failure. It's not exactly what you think it is, but here we go. It's a gallery in New York City that collects failed products and services from around the world. So you may recognize some of the items. You know, some of these big pens. You got the Heinz Easy Squirt Ketchup, which I don't see why they had to do away with it, but anyways, they did. Nintendo Power Glove. Do you remember that? Because I don't.
I remember the glove. Yeah, I remember seeing it. I never owned one, though.
I mean, that at this point seems so passé. Of course, there's Crystal Pepsi, which they tried to have another renaissance of it. It didn't really come for it. These were the Big for Her pens. I'm not sure why they catered only to women, maybe because they were purple and pink, but whatever. The Google Glass. You remember this?
I do remember this.
This was the most epic failure of Google probably in modern time for some reason. Nobody caught up with that one. So anything you think that should be on that list? Any Taco Bell things that maybe need to
maybe the double-decker taco? I mean, we just switched places because apparently that would be in the museum, too, the how we were standing, apparently.
I think it's the lighting. You're too tall and you're casting a shadow on me.
That's going to make it into the museum. No, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of things. I mean, Taco Bell, your double-decker taco for sure. What would you want to be on that list?
I was talking about this with Haley. I feel and I find that for most things that move on, there's always something that comes on better. Like I remember when Amazon did away with its old logo, and people freaked out with the new one, and then we all just got along with it, and nobody really thought twice about it. So people make much to do about nothing, really.
Right.
And if you want so much, there's always eBay, y'all. You will find it in the deep dark web somewhere, and you can pay for it.
I have a lot of things in my apartment that would probably end up in this museum. Like I collect so many different things. I'm not a hoarder, but I like classic things that maybe didn't last long or went away, or like I have
like 10 Slinkies.
Well, no. So one of my favorite possessions that I have, I don't know if it would belong in this museum, is I have the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS. And what happened years later was that George Lucas went back in and re-edited a lot of the films. So the only way you can watch the original actual Star Wars trilogy is on the VHS that it has out. So
see, that's like a collectible. I find
cool, though.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely cool. But it's not something that, like, Haley, I know you were talking about something that really pissed you off that went away.
Yeah, I have one that hasn't been around since I was probably in elementary school. It was Altoid Sours. If anyone remembers these, please tweet us, because they weren't like the mint Altoids. They were these little, like, extremely sour candies, and they were great.
Do you remember that, the Altoid Sours?
I don't remember those.
I think you're right, Marina, though. We have really short memories. Like, we forget about, like, these things really fast, and that my memory got jogged by this story. Yeah. But I was not, like, pining over these things.
No, I mean, I hope not. And maybe you have a stash. And if anybody can find them, please procure a pack for Haley. Producer Coco's still on the line.
Coco!
The clamoring has started.
I had to follow up real quick on Kevin, something you said. The original, I'm going to nerd out for just a second.
Yeah.
The original Star Wars, is this the whole, like, Han shot first thing? Is
this
like,
well, it wasn't even that. Like, remember there was like wasn't there a scene in the original where a stormtrooper hits their helmet?
Yes.
That scene's still in the original trilogy that I have. Oh, because Lucas went back in and tried to essentially re-edit the classics. I'm like, dude, I want the original. I don't care about these Han shoots Greedo, Greedo shoots Han. I mean, I want the original film.
Okay, before we get on to a deep dive here of Star Wars and lose half the audience, Corey, is there anything here that you... Go ahead.
Going back to the Heinz Easy Squirt, Easy Squeeze thing, whatever the hell that was called, when you put something on your sandwich and it came out blue and purple, that was a little disconcerting. I can understand. But that reminded me of, you remember the jars that had the peanut butter and the jelly in them at the same time?
Yes!
It was awful. They were both really bad tasting ingredients. It was bad peanut butter and bad jelly, and the novelty of, oh, look, it's in the same jar. No. Museum of Failure, for sure.
Can you still buy handy snacks?
What's that?
Remember like they were like the little plastic things, and you get the little red scooper, and you would take the cheese and put it on the cracker?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Corey, I will not stand for the mix of peanut butter and jelly slander. That's too far.
It's not slander if it's true, Haley.
Are you still buying these jars, Haley?
No, but he just again jogged my memory of something that I used to love. Very passionate.
It was so bad.
Good. I do appreciate the American prowess of finding things that make our life easier, and the attempt at least. And then things just have to go because they're just so bad. So Anyways, those are our picks. All right, we're moving on. What is being called the world's biggest social experiment? It's all about getting singles to delete all their dating apps.
Like craft singles?
And instead wear this called the Pair Ring. It's a blue light ring meant to encourage people to make new connections while out and about rather than spending hours swiping on apps. The website states if 1.2 billion singles around the world wore a little green ring on their finger, we wouldn't need dating apps and real-life connection is missed. So before I go to the panel here, let's start with producer Corey before, you know, his time's running out. He's on the clock here.
Oh, right. Yeah. Corey's a busy man.
I get paid by the minute.
So. We know.
How do you feel about this?
We beg you to be on the show.
A green ring to notify the world that you are single and that they can talk to you because you are available.
Yeah.
That's a lot to process. So are people going to walk into bars and just look around at people's hands and see,
well,
okay,
people already do that, I think.
Yeah, but not by looking at their, well, I guess we're looking for a wedding ring. This is
and then some people take them off. We know those people too.
Anything that could lead to a world with no dating apps, I support. So if this is the future, then let's do it.
I mean, green's my favorite color.
But you need to go to the bar to make this work.
Oh,
or
really?
You need to go
so I have to step outside of my house?
Yes.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, Corey, we can go out with our green rings and we'll go to the bar together.
We're it's like a Power Ranger, or not like the green lantern thing. Like we can.
Yeah.
We can be superheroes.
Why aren't you two going out together?
I don't know. Corey, every time I ask Corey to hang out, he's too busy. He's like, listen, man, I'm a producer on a huge show on Fox 5. I can't hang out with
Actually,
people
normally
like
at the
you.
casino
I'm like,
gambling. That's usually what's happening. But
all right, we need to change this for both of you. Haley, what do you think about the green ring?
Corey and I were talking about this one earlier, and he said something, and it just made me think of it right away. I don't know if you guys ever went to these stoplight parties where some people would wear green if you were single and red if you were taken.
What kind of parties were you two going to?
He said he went in college. Mine was in high school. It was some school dance type of thing.
I didn't realize that was in high school.
What kind of high school were you going to?
It was in college. It was a way to, red means you're taken, green means I'm single. I forget what the yellow was.
I think yellow is maybe.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's complicated. I'm hearing from Jamie REP. It's
Coco, I was curious, have you ever considered changing your legal name to Coco?
No.
I think you should actually look into that.
On the flip side, I'm contemplating quitting because you people keep calling me Coco. So that's the opposite of changing
Marina came up with that, and I can't unhear it.
I'm going to change my profession because of it, not change my name.
Right. All right, producer Coco in the house, thank you for coming on tonight and joining us on the chat.